Oh, that's the way it starts, show. Yawning. All right. Get this stuff set up here. It's early. We're like 8 minutes early. So don't anybody. There we go. Don't anybody worry about you late or any of that crap. I'm starting early. Got some folks over in the group that are talking, and they're gonna come over here anyway. So I figured I'd just open things up now. So see what they say. Doo-doo. Let's see who shows up first. Hooked R&R showed up. Hey man, what's up? You're early. I started early because some people were talking to me back channel, just messing around, and so I was like, you know what? We're gonna talk. We might as well go ahead and get started talking. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good, man. This COVID stuff and the heat, and it's all working against us. So, are the Twin Lakes open back up? I know they shut down for the holiday, but I haven't heard anybody talk about them in a while. So, I didn't know if they're open back up. I didn't know if you'd know if they're open. I remember Corps of Engineers closed some of the access on Canyon Lake. I don't know if that's open back up yet or not. There's Mo. All right. So, Twin Lakes are reopened. I haven't been to the Twin Lakes in probably 2 to 3 years. And based on what I'm seeing, the lines to get in there, I probably don't want to go. That's one thing. I mean, COVID is some bad stuff and it's messing up a lot of things, but it's killing me the way it's overpopulating our fishing lakes. It's like, where did all these people come from? What did they used to do? Now that they're all going to the lakes and clogging up the system. Birthday fish with my daughter. Hope to get her on a birthday red. Is that at the Twin Lakes or you going down to the coast? Huh? Robert, you going down to the coast? Yep, dadgum COVID. I agree, Mo. Oh man, it's hot here, dude. I know I've been here in San Antonio for 20 years and I still cannot, almost 20. This should be 20. Still can't get used to that freaking heat. Twin Lakes Bronic. All right, good luck, man. You seem to do well there, so on the kayak, right? What else is going on? Oh yeah, we'll talk about that stuff. It's hot. It's been 100 degrees or above every day this week, with the heat index up around 107 to 110. So it's been miserably hot here. Kayaker for life, for sure. I think I'm too old and broken and out of shape to get into kayaking. If I was a younger man, it's one of those things where if I had it to do over again 20 years ago, 15 years ago, it'd been cool to get into kayaking. Yeah, Mo, it's miserable hot. And the problem with it is the humidity is so high that when we get up in the morning, it's 79, 80 degrees already. Hey, Mr. Stanley's in the house. He'll know what I'm talking about too. So if you go out there at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's 85 maybe, which doesn't seem that bad. But when the humidity is up in the 80s, it's just brutal. There's no like, hey, we'll go early in the morning and it won't be hot, or we'll go late in the evening. It's hot. It's hot 24/7 right now in Texas. That's why I can't wait. I got about 3 weeks. I'll be back up in Michigan and get a little reprieve from this heat. Stanley was just up in Wisconsin, right, getting away from the heat for a while. That must have been nice. Time is it? Are we live yet? Live? Well, we got 3 more minutes till it's official. mid-90s heat wave in Wisconsin. Oh man, but at least it was dry and cool at night. Yeah, yeah. But mid-90s, that's still kind of hot up there. Cause I know you got Michigan, 70, 75 here in the mornings. It don't get as hot. You get Michigan when it's hot up there. It was always miserable because we were right on the lake, right, one of the Great Lakes, so you have humidity there too, and nobody has freaking AC. We got window units in our little house up there now, but back then nobody had AC, so when it got hot, it was just hot. But it was never like this, and you could always in the evening, right, and mornings it'd cool off. I think right now it'll bounce anywhere from 70 to 85 during the day, depending on the day. But at night it's still getting down 50s and 60s, so that's awesome. Get up in the morning, maybe 60, 65 degrees. That's perfect weather. Go outside, drink your coffee, and I miss that a lot. I'm waiting to see some videos from your trip up there, Stanley. I know you got some. I know you got something. I know you did some catching up there, so I'm excited to see that stuff. Hot in the 80-degree weather, yeah. Southwest Michigan, yeah. It's not hot like down here. Oh, and then this COVID, us, Florida, Arizona, California, I guess right now we're the worst states. So I keep talking about locking stuff down. They say I got a few gonna take a week to edit everything at least. Yeah, you get a lot of footage. You got to take them at. Yeah, I want to see it. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Saturday wind's supposed to be super low and high of 90. No, high of 90. Not in this state. Come on. I know 90s. I know they said like Thursday. You're not talking about Saturday tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Wait a minute. Today's Monday. Yeah, Saturday. So I heard the end of this week we're going to get a cool front, which is going to bring us down into the upper 90s, is what I heard. 90 would be amazing. So I hope you're right. It doesn't sound right, but I hope you're right. All right, Mo. No problem, man. Yeah, that's cool, Stanley. Get up there and catch some pike and walleye, maybe perch. I don't remember what all you caught, but I remember you caught some stuff that you hadn't caught before down here. You're not going to see them down here. Yeah, 90 is not bad, man, but I think it's going to be higher than that. But no wind. Actually, on those kind of days, I want a little bit of wind just because that helps because of the heat. Yeah, I agree. High 90s. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I knew it was going to drop, but it wasn't going to drop a whole lot. We got 4 people in here. Where's Mr. Steve Hall and Ash? He's talking about coming up in here, and he ain't in here yet. I know Mr. Grant's probably not going to make it today. But, oh, by the way, if you haven't seen it, folks, Stanley put out a new video today, beach fishing. It was another good one. Go ahead and check that out when you get a chance. Man, so early on this year, we were talking about Collabathon, if you guys remember how we're going to be able to do some. I had a bunch of collabs set up. Yeah, you did. Hey, Jenny. Jenny's in the house. How you doing, Jenny? Good to see you here. Yeah, we're just talking about COVID messing up our plans for the year. So the first one wasn't COVID's fault. I had it for work. I was supposed to go to Florida near Orlando, and I was going to meet up with Wayne in Sea Pro Fishing and do some Florida fishing with him. And that one just got canceled for whatever reason. It had nothing to do with COVID because COVID wasn't a big thing yet. So that was the first planned one that got shot down. And then we were going to run south to the coast, and at one point is when they had shut down everything, the beaches and everything down there, so that got canceled. And then the wife has a conference in October in Orlando, Florida again. So I was tagging along to go fish with Sea Pro Wayne, and just found out last week that that conference has been canceled as well. So that collab isn't happening. It's like everything you planned for the year, COVID came in and said, "Oh hell no, get out of here." But there is a but. We're driving up to Michigan. We got a little house up there, so we can say we live there if they don't like it. We're driving up to Michigan, see family. Um, it's right on Saginaw Bay, Lake Huron. And Hall and Ash, if you guys all know Hall and Ash, Steve, of course, is up in Michigan. He fishes Saginaw Bay a lot. And so I'm going to get to collab with him. It might be I don't know what it's going to be, a 1 day fishing trip, or if we'll get together multiple days, or what it's going to be. But I know at least one time I'm going to be out on his boat fishing with him, uh, unless something really drastic comes up. Because we're driving up. We're not worrying about flying and all that. So that's next month. We're leaving early August. And we're going to take a couple days to get there because it's a long haul. And then we're going to stay for a couple weeks. So it gives me time. So I'll be able to do that. And then, of course, family up there has boats. I'll be able to go fishing with family. So I'll probably get my fishing in. But that might be the next time I go fishing is August. July is not looking good because of the heat and what all's getting shut down here in Texas because of COVID. And it's been ugly. I'm so jealous of that trip. And the one your Sea Pro trip. Yeah, Sea Pro trip is falling through. But good news is the place that's doing the conference for my wife's work it sounds like they're going to reschedule it next year. So next year, it could even be in the spring this time. I should still get a chance to get out to Florida and fish with Wayne. So we'll see. I hope so. I was really, really looking forward to that trip. But man, now do what you got to do. Late August is better fishing anyways. Right now it isn't great. What are you talking about here, Stanley? Yeah, I haven't put out a video this week, last week, week 4, probably about 3 weeks. And I've got nothing. I mean, I think my last one was a cooking video actually. And then I've got some stuff to do on the boat. But again, it's one of those things where I don't want to be out there working on that boat when it's 100 blazing degrees out. So you got to kind of pick your timing. It's hard. It's hard just because you got other stuff to do. You know, life is there, and life says, hey, when it's cool out and you got to do work in the yard, that's when you should do work in the yard, not go play and do video stuff. So the challenge, we all face those challenges though. Can't do heat. I'm with you, Jenny. I was saying earlier, I've been here in San Antonio for this will be 20 years this year, and there's no getting used to 100-degree weather. You just don't. Oh, Weekend Warriors in the house. How you doing, Weekend Warrior? Glad you made it. Somebody go harass Steve, Hall and Ash, find out why he's not here. So we are all, at different stages in our lives and all that. As far as me and Audrey are on the plan and retirement level of, I've got just under 5 years and I'm going to retire. She's got a little bit longer than that. But we always bounce back these plans. The most likely is we've got this house in Texas and we got the house in Michigan. So, originally it was summers up in Michigan, winters in Texas, which is still a good plan. But I cannot get the idea of living somewhere tropical out of my mind, somewhere Caribbean-ish out of my mind. So lately we've been looking at people buying homes uh, in the Bahamas. You know, that would take a lot for us because we're going to be on a fixed income. We're not going to be wealthy by any means. We'll have income from our retirements, and hers. But what do you need? What all do you need? I would love to retire to an island somewhere. House, boat, I'm good. You know, something to ride around on, doesn't have to be fancy. So that's one of the things about. So what is your dream destination to live? Where would you like to live if you could live wherever you wanted to live? Let's say you just won the lottery and you can live wherever you want to live. Where is that? Go ahead. Oh, we've been considering the same. If we could do Bahamas, Keys, Yucatan, yep, Costa Rica coast, we're all about it. Okay. Yep. Bahamas is just real for being another country, right? It's not part of the United States. It's really American friendly, right? And their taxes are American friendly. So that's a good option. Top of a mountain. Well, Jenny, that mountain better have some water around it so you can do some fishing, right? So I've been bit by the saltwater bug, right? That it bit me when we got here, started fishing in Texas, and I went to the coast. I mean, I fished off the coast before, but not like I have here. And man, Keys, Stanley, if it was like, hey, I won the lottery, then yeah, Florida Keys is ideal. But actually, right now, excuse me, looking at real estate and for what you get for your dollar, there's areas in the Bahamas that are better deal than the Florida Keys, which is kind of, I guess, sounds crazy, but it's true, especially when you're talking about waterfront type stuff. Weekend where I don't see myself leaving Minnesota, but maybe a property in Montana would be nice. Yeah. So you could have multiple. If I won the lottery, now I was just talking living off our retirement we're making. But if I won the lottery, then I think I'd still have a property here in Texas, depending on how big of a lottery, and then somewhere in the Keys, and probably still have something in Michigan because we got family here and friends here. I like hunting here. Michigan, just because there's a lot of family, and then the Keys because fish. I'll find a stream to fish in. Well, get that fancy bass boat in a stream. Mo's back. Retire in the UP of Michigan or North Dakota or even Canada, but the boss won't let that happen. She still wants to stay here. Well, there you go. So now you have to, Mo, you have to come up with plan B. You have to, I know you're from Michigan. I don't know where your wife's from. Is she from Michigan also? Because my wife, when we first got married, she's the one who's from Michigan, born and raised. I wasn't. She was like, we're never moving back to Michigan. She didn't want nothing to do with that cold. Now she loves having family and all that. So you got to get a little place up north, wherever you think, oh, she's from NC. Okay, there you go. So get her up there in the summertime when it's hot as hell in NC and really nice up there. And then talk her into getting a little place up north somewhere, whether it's the UP, the lower, or Canada. If you're that motivated to do that, need a higher altitude for our bones. Yeah, I've just gotten to where the extremes. I don't want the cold. I 40, 50, 60 degrees, I handle that well. But you start throwing some snow on me and a wet, 38 degrees, and that's miserable. And then the flip side of that is here, 100 and something degrees, that's miserable. So, Stan, we want a clear salt water, yep. Though Rachel wants a tiny house and some land in Wisconsin. I'm not going to argue. Yeah, that's us as far as that piece of it. We've got a little. It's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, just under 1,000 square foot house in town. There next door to her uncle's house, who's a builder. So if we need stuff done, he's there. We do want to add on to that. We'd like to make a master suite, so we have our own bathroom. Other than that, not too much. I mean, there's upgrades to do, but other than that, the little house is perfect size wise for us. So yeah, so that was the original plan. Summers in Michigan in the little house, winters down here in this house. But I'm trying to figure out a way where I can be on the salt. You know what I mean? We sell a little house up there. We sell this house here. Don't need these cars in the Bahamas. Sell them. Don't need this boat in the Bahamas. Sell that. Give us a good chunk of change to move to the Bahamas and buy a house. Now this is years from now, so don't anybody think I'm about to uproot and go to the Bahamas. It's just one of those dreams. It's a dream. We're allowed to dream no matter how much they cost. They don't cost nothing. Dreaming don't cost you nothing. Let's see. Bad thing is that we have been in Michigan at Christmas and a small winter storm came through and she freaked out. That's what I just told you, Mo. Don't be up there in the winter time. Be up there in the summertime. Be down in North Carolina in the wintertime. And I remember I was stationed at Fort Bragg for a few years. We got some snow and ice in North Carolina. I don't know where at in North Carolina you are, but you know, I was Bragg, so Fayetteville area. Danny, but it would be a nice place to go during the summer. Yes, exactly. Chase summer, exactly, Stanley. That's what a lot of these people, for a little while there, we looked at the RV life, where either a fifth wheel or a motorhome, and you're towing something behind you, and really, that's what those folks are doing is chasing the '70s. They just kind of, follow that weather so that they can stay, 70-degree weather wherever they're going. So, and we looked at that, but I'm not. I don't know. I like the idea, but then when I look at what you have, so where's the boat and how you're gonna, I think I kind of like to have roots somewhere. Well, I'm glad you go in the summertime, Mo. That is the best time to be in Michigan, and we go almost every year. There's times I got family in New Mexico, and I don't see them near as much as we actually see the family in Michigan, which sounds crazy since we're in Texas, but is what it is. But almost every year we go to Michigan. I mean, it's easy, and we got our own little house up there. It's not like we got to go, rent a hotel or live and stay in somebody else's house or something. We got our own place, so we go up there. Tell Leonard, that's her uncle who lives next door. Hey, go over and kick the furnace up or kick the window ACs on and plug in the refrigerators and that shit, and we're gonna be up there. So yeah, if I based on our current projections of retirement and all that, it would be I would love to be able to live in the Bahamas. Now, lottery winner, if I was a lottery winner, then we probably have a ranch here in Texas, a place in Michigan, and a place in the Florida Keys, like down Key West or something. So, two different dreams. One more plausible than the other. So, Jenny, what's your husband think about living on top of a mountain with just a stream to fish? You got that nice truck. You got that nice bass boat. I don't know. Yeah, park the bass boat. That'd be tough. The next dream, maybe in a year or two. Here's my dilemma. I want to get offshore, and I don't want to rely on someone else as far as, let me get a guide to take me out or try to find a buddy with the type of boat that we can go offshore in. Um, so, in a year or two, maybe get a boat that can go offshore, something a little bigger than my little Mako. but I'm 2.5 to 3 hours away from the coast. So now am I trailering this bigger boat down there and back, which is expensive gas money wise. And then when you're going offshore here in Texas and you're really going someplace good, you're going many miles out. So now you're looking at the cost of gas for said boat, and maintenance for said bigger boat. If you're not going to haul it back and forth from San Antonio to there, which is, wear and tear on the truck, those kind of things, then you're going to have to store it there. There's a fee. Or you're going to, ideally you have a marina, one of the ones that call them up, say, hey, we're going to be there tomorrow. And they take your boat out of storage and put it in the water for you and get it ready. But that's cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. So that's a dilemma. I almost, last year, a friend of mine up here was selling his offshore boat, 26-foot, dual Mercuries, I want to say. Maybe it was Yamaha's on it. Center console. And I was this close. It needed some work, so his price was good. And then I talked myself out of it because I'm like, I got to get buddies to go with. Hey, who's going to chip in on gas? When you talk about 100 gallons of gas and you're using the stuff that doesn't have ethanol in it, around here, that stuff runs about $2.20 to $2.30 a gallon. I think at the coast it's even more. 100 gallons. So that's been my challenge. I want to get offshore, but it's hard to do affordably. Stan said you have applications for a deckhand. Going to need them when you get that boat in. Absolutely. Not just deckhands, but I know what you mean. You're going to need people to go with you. And like I got a really good friend, him and his wife, and I'm not going to say his name. He doesn't ever watch this, or his wife, that we went to Cozumel with. And the trip, I got a video where I caught that mahi-mahi, which was a bucket list fish for me. But they both got seasick. And she even wears a prescription patch and still gets seasick. And the seas weren't that rough. I've never been seasick. I just don't. And then I've been down here to the coast. Stanley, you know where I'm talking about, the jetties at Port Aransas. And it can get choppy in there, but we weren't outside the jetties, inside the jetties, anchored up, fishing for reds, and both him and Joe Willis were getting seasick. They're like, can we go in? And I'm like, we ain't even out. So my fishing buddies, I don't know if they could hack going out like that. So I got to find fishing buddies that can hack it. But I'm old. I'm a grumpy old man. So I don't tolerate nonsense well. So it's hard for me to find people that I want to be on a boat with. You know what I mean? Grumpy old man. Jay, right now I just want to go somewhere cooler than where it is here. Yeah. A cabin in the mountains in Colorado would be nice, I remember we went to, back in another lifetime, I was big into Jeeps. Used to build them for trail ride and all that, clubs. We went from Virginia to Colorado for a 4-wheel drive trip because there's some awesome trail rides in Colorado. And we were down in this campground. I'm wearing shorts and a T-shirt, and we drove up to this pass, and the snow was on each side of the road was higher than our damn vehicles. And it was freezing cold up there. It's like, good Lord. So if you want to cool off, live in Colorado. You can go down into, we weren't near Denver, but any of the big cities and have kind of normal weather, and then go up to one of them mountains, and I don't think the snow ever melts up there in some of those places. No, back to your live stream topic. Yes, COVID has affected my ability. I'm sorry, Mo, we talked that and I moved right on. But yeah, I was saying it's killed my several trips, not just, and I said collabs because it killed some big collabs, including my trip to Florida once. But it's killed other plans. Like, hey, we had reservations down to the coast and they shut everything down. Okay, cancel reservations. When you live far enough away where you have to stay overnight someplace where you're going, it's hard to, because you got to make reservations in advance, right? So you call down, make a reservation for a month from now. Well, a month from now, in 2020, you don't know what the hell's going on, right? It could be rabid squirrels or something. I don't know. So uh, you get to where it's like, dang, we can't plan anything. I can't even plan to go to Canyon Lake because the Corps of Engineers shut down their ramps, and then there's so many people there now. I don't know where these people came from. So yeah, it has COVID has made this year really, really tough. And I was worried, as far as my YouTube channel goes, because I haven't put a video up in a while. I haven't been fishing in a while, and I won't be for a while, probably. Um, and then, and my views. Some of you guys know when I was talking to you, that one video was carrying me really well, but now it's coming down. Everything's starting to drop off, and I was worried about that. I need to get video. I need to get video. But now I'm thinking, you know what? Big picture, 3 years from now, what I did in YouTube right now won't have as big an impact. I'm not living on YouTube. They're not paying my livelihood. So back off, do what you can, but understand it's not going to end. World's not coming to an end if you can't put up a YouTube video. That's my stance now. That COVID and the heat are killing me in Texas. Man, this whole year is a wash. Yeah, it is. Besides COVID, I had my sister still dealing with a stroke, and another sister dealing with her brain tumor, which was removed, but now she's got to go through chemo and all that. So it's just, man, it's like 2020 came in and gut punch. Like, good Lord. They're both doing good, by the way. For those of you that know the stories, they're doing all right. Both recovering. But yeah, this has been a rough year. I'm usually pretty positive. I don't get negative about stuff very often. I can't think of a year. Last year was tough. Audrey, hey, there's Steve. He finally showed up. What? How late is Steve today? Mo, call him out. He always calls you out. Steve's late, man. 25 minutes in. Glad you made it, Steve. I'm just whining, so don't worry about me. But I was, last year Audrey lost her mom, so last year was a rough year. But it was not the worst year we've had, based on this year, arguably. But typically, I can't think of too many years where we've had a bad year. Yeah, things happen, you get through it, and within that year's time frame, good things happen. Last year in November, we went to Jamaica. That was awesome. That was a good thing. So the whole year of 2019 wasn't horrible. We had some bad events. But man, this whole year of 2020 has been pretty dang brutal. Well, you're getting old. It slows you down. I understand. It makes you mellow. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it. Yeah, so 2020, like I said, I can't think of too many years where I was like, ooh, that was a bad year for us. Just like everybody else, we have bad things happen, but usually do not span a year. January, February were bad months that year, something like that. But this year, let's see, January sucked, February sucked, March, yeah, was crappy. April was a little shitty. May, COVID, yeah, May sucked. You know what I mean? It's like, is it gonna get better? Is 2020 gonna get better? I know for me, it's gonna get a little better because I get to go up to Michigan for a little break in August and hang out with Steve, all on Ash, and drink some drinks with them and do some fishing. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah, Steve says February to now sucks. I don't know, January. I mean, January even sucked, I think. It's just been a hard year. And it's not just me. And there's people, anytime, and this is what I do usually. When I start thinking about how bad I got it, how bad this year's been to me, there's people out there it's been a lot worse too. So, I try not to do what I'm doing right now and complain about much because, first of all, complaining don't help it. And secondly, there are people that are worse off than you. You know, no matter what situation you're in, 9 times out of 10, there's people that have it worse than you do. And I know that for a fact. You know, I've seen that. Taser boy. Ooh, you even use a lightning bolt on him. I like that. I like that. I think how much better 2021 will be after suffering through 2020. I hope, you know, I think it will be. You know, this COVID's not going away anytime soon because people are stupid. But the the progress in a vaccine, because really that's the key. You know, people are going to be stupid, young people especially, because I was stupid when I was young. But the vaccine uh, is the deal breaker. You know, that's the okay. Now we can try to get back to normal when they get that done, right? So it'll all be over November 4th. I don't know, Stanley. I know what you're referring to, but I don't know if it'll all be over by November 4th. But yeah, a vaccine, which they were saying by January, but now they're saying maybe even sooner. There's only one that's been approved by the FDA for testing, and they're having very good results with it right now. So um, hopefully they come out with that vaccine. And then there's no reason not to let people go and do what they do, put people back to work, and let me get back on the lake. You know, it used to be, you know, I don't go fishing on the weekend because everybody's on the damn water. So I have my every other Friday off. I take my Friday to go fishing. It's not as bad. These mows are out there every day of the week, clogging up my lake with their jet skis and sea-doo and all that stuff. It's like, where did they come from? And everybody's like, well, people aren't working. Well, they ain't working. How they got the money for these boats and all the stuff they're out there on the lake on? I don't understand it. They're killing me. Go back to work or whatever you were doing in 2019 so that I can have a peaceful day on the lake instead of it being crazy. Crazy. Mo, so everybody have a great evening. Ba-bam, ba-bam, Mo. Good night, young man. I know you got to get up early and go to work tomorrow. Steve me. All right, all right. I own that damn lake, right? Grumpy old man. You know, I'll be honest. So here's a Friday. Me and Joel going fishing on a Friday. I better not see a taser this summer. I'm calling the police, whatever. We get up early. We get to the ramp around 7-ish because the bait shops across the lake and they open at 7. There may be 0 to 3 rigs there. You know, trucks with trailers already there. Get on the water. We run across where the bait place is. Get our bait. We go do our fishing. Around 11, we see, you know, some pontoons out there, a few ski boats, and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, if it's one of those days where we're getting an early day or it's hot out, we come in around noon or 1, and we get back to the ramp, and there's probably 6 to 10 rigs there. Now, this is a parking lot that you could park 30 rigs at. No, that last video that I did fishing with Audrey, we went there on my Friday off. Same time frame. We had to wait in a line of boats to get to the dock to get out of there. And then when I walked up and got the truck, I had to wait in line of vehicles to get to the ramp to get the boat out of the lake to get out of there. The parking area was completely full, and these people were parking on the residential streets on the side of the road. I mean, it was a complete nightmare. And this was, again, Friday. Usually everybody else is at work with me. and that's just, and talking to others every day of the week, it's like that. The Corps of Engineers controls a big portion of the lake, and they control some of the parks and ramps. They close theirs down because their people aren't social distancing, and they're getting trash being left all over the place. So they just shut them down. So that's where all these yahoos at probably hadn't been to the lake in 5 years, and all of a sudden now they're all at the lake or destroying it for us old farts that go there and social distance by fishing. 22,250. 22,250. 22,250. What are we talking about? What you talking about, Steve? 22,250. No. I missed something. I gotta harass my wife real quick. Hold on. Did you order a pizza? It's already here. Oh, awesome. Did you guys hear that? Tonight is order pizza night, and she's out there. She's been on the phone for work for, she's supposed to get off at 4, which we all know it's 5:30 here, and she's still talking to people at work on the phone. So I had to, hey, did you order our pizza yet? I want to get out of here and be able to eat my pizza. Those are Delia's comments, so mine makes no sense. Ah, that's what it was. Why does Mo do that? Can I go in there and make his comment come back? Let's see. Report, put user in timeout, hide user on the channel, remove moderator. No, I can only do mean things. I won't do that. Oh, man. All right, folks, what else we got to talk about? Talked about Stanley's new video, came out today. It's a good one. Go check it out. A little bit of beach fishing, a little challenge fishing against his father-in-law, which, no, I'm not going to, I was going to say what happened, but Stanley, I'm not going to let people know. You'll have to go see the video to see what happens. Oh, taser versus Glock. Well, he has to understand a Glock is almost worthless when you're being tased, right? As long as the person with the taser gets the drop on you, you ain't going to be able to operate that Glock. You just as likely will shoot yourself. Tell him, hey, Michigan, you're not allowed to have a gun on the boat. And then he didn't want to go out more than, a couple miles into the bay. Take them 8 miles out and pull out that taser. You either swim home or you're getting tased. That'd have been an air weapon. All right, folks. So, Steve, we all discussed this already. Let's say you won the lottery, Steve, and could live anywhere you wanted to, where, sir, would you live? Jenny's already saw it. Taking Steve a minute to think about that one. So at some point, John, we need to figure out what we're going to do when you are here. Yeah, exactly, sir. Exactly. Here's what I got for you so far. Jump into my significant calendar of events. So we are packing up vehicle, leaving out of here on Thursday, the 6th of August. We're going to drive. The goal is to get to Detroit by the 8th, where Audrey has some family that we're going to stop and visit with for a night. Back on the road the 9th. So the 9th will be up in Agora. The 9th through, come on, phone, don't F with me. The 9th through the 21st, we really don't have solid plans for anything. And then we leave back out on the 22nd, coming back down here. The 17th happens to be our 35th anniversary. So I will probably be doing something on the 17th of August. So, 35 years. That's a pretty big one. Other than that, brother, we're pretty open. I know she wants to do some things, but there's nothing. So basically, we're flexible. Let's put it that way. But yeah, we got to figure out what are we doing. Am I coming down there? We're gonna go. You're gonna come up to somewhere for Saginaw Bay. I mean, it's your boat, brother. You just got to tell me where and when. We'll talk. We'll get on the phone, lock it down a little bit. I'll talk to the wife again and make sure, if she's got any solid dates where it's like you can't go do anything on these dates, right? But I'm pretty sure me leaving to go fishing on the 17th of August would be a bad thing. By the way, Steve, you didn't answer the question. You win the lottery, you can live anywhere you want. Where are you going to live? All right, so here we go. If I could live anywhere, it would be winters in South Florida, 3 months in the UP, sometime out west, rest of the time here where the best walleye fishing is here. There is. That, I can't argue with that. So my thing was when I was talking about earlier, you weren't here yet, when I was talking about, based on how we're going to retire, what we're going to have, it's not going to be a lot. We could sell everything. And looking at cost of real estate right now, we could probably buy a place in the Bahamas and just live in the Bahamas. That is actually an option right now for us down the road. But then I brought up, hey, if you won the lottery. So for me, we would probably keep a place here. Probably have, if I won the lottery, big lottery, a ranch, hunting, that kind of stuff, ranch here in Texas. And then, of course, a place in the Keys. Boat, access, And then the wife's tied to Michigan, and I love Michigan too. We'd still have a place up in Michigan. So those are probably my 3 places that if I won a big enough lottery, I would want some place to go to in those 3 places. I'm applying in the Keys today, Stanley. Man, do it. Shit. If I was a younger man. Now, I did 20 years in the Army. They moved me around wherever they wanted to move me around. The Keys were never an option. But I watched the folks that grew up there, and man, the childhood they had, and then the things they were able to do there, it's just amazing. And my thing is, God, I'm getting so old and broken, and by the time I get somewhere like that, I'm gonna be too dang old and broken to enjoy any of it. That's my fear. See, so I don't type fast. Me either, man. That's why I get to talk. I could talk fast. Oh hell, I'd take the Keys. Yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. 'Cause, you turn left, when you're leaving the Keys, heading south, and you turn left, you can go to the Atlantic Ocean, or you can turn right, right there in the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, golly, the fishing. It's just amazing. And Bahamas kind of the same. You head out east and you're in the Atlantic Ocean, head west and you get in Caribbean and into the Gulf of Mexico type fishing again. So, yeah. I've been as far as the 7 Mile Bridge. Brother, that's further than me. I've never been in southern Florida. Well, I can't say that. There was a military installation down in Florida where we trained our rangers. Their jungle phase was done down there in Florida. And this is when I was in the 82nd at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. and we went down to be the aggressors for them, the bad guys for them to train against. And so I don't really know. I know it was Southern Florida. We jumped in there. I landed in a damn tree, but it was cool. It was really cool, beautiful area. And I've always thought of that. And then all the people that I follow, not all the people, but a lot of people I follow that I really enjoy are in Florida. And it's because, even right now during COVID, and they're one of the worst states, they're there with us in Texas and Arizona. They can still, some of them, depending on their situation, can walk out the back door, put the rods in the boat that's parked right there at the dock, get in the boat and go fishing. They don't worry about closed ramps and this and that because they're on the water. That's my dream. My dream is to be able to open my back door, walk out there, put the rods in the boat, get down in the boat, unhook, and go fishing. That's the dream for me. That's the dream. Saying I think we should all make a pack here and now to take over an entire key together. I love that idea. I think we should sesame a trip and fish with my buddy Sesame. Set up. I bet you're saying set up, maybe? A trip fishing with my buddy Floyd. He said he'd do it. I'm down. I'm down. Not in 2020, though, apparently. Set up. Okay, I see. You've corrected yourself. I'm sorry, sir. Sonny, never been further than Pensacola, but didn't need to in order to fall in love with it. Yeah, I mean, Destin, that's way up on the Panhandle. That's an awesome area. So there's a lot of cool areas. But yeah, Steve, we can discuss something like that, brother. Get some folks to chip in, want to go down there, rent something, and just go out and fish. That'd be awesome. Shoot, Louisiana, next state over from us. It's not that far. I want to go there and fish. They're not too far from getting out to the tuna and all that because the continental shelf or whatever it is comes in closer, right in that area, so they can go out and get tuna a lot closer than we can here in Texas. That's not that far. I've pulled my boat to Michigan and back. Why not pull my boat to Louisiana and go? But it's a whole different animal there, so I don't know. Jay said that would be heaven. Yeah, I mean, like I've been telling everybody, that's my dream. Walk out my back door. Oh, what am I going to do today? What's the weather doing? The wind's this way. Okay, so I'll bring these poles, put them in the boat. And, if there's somebody who's going fishing with me, then they better show up on time. Because if you don't have to put the boat in and out at the ramp, it's really a lot easier to go fishing on your own. I used to do it a lot here, put the boat in myself and out. And then I've got, for my Army days, I've got jacked up back. And I had one trip probably 4 years ago where, I called them my mental health days where I could go out on my own. But I had one trip where my back went out. And when my back goes out, I'm not very good at doing anything. And I was by myself. So I got in. Luckily, there were some folks around the ramp that were willing to help me get the boat on the trailer, and I get in the vehicle and drive my old crippled ass home. But I can avoid all of that without ramps. All right, man. Glad you made it, Steve. We will talk. We will talk soon. We'll get something planned out. Now that we got some dates, I get Audrey to commit to, hey, these are your open days where you can do whatever you want. I don't know if you want us to come down there and spend some time in Lansing and hang out, whatever. We'll talk about it. Or you want to come up to Dog Gray and hang out. We've got a spare room. And we got a boat ramp and all that stuff. So whatever. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. That's one thing cool about our place in Michigan. We're right there on Saginaw Bay. I mean, the ramp is over there. And got a great fish cleaning station. So, yep, we run over to the Charity Islands. They're right out there. I don't know, what are they, 11 miles off the coast of the lake. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize. Now, Stanley, you've been up the Wisconsin. I'm assuming you got over to the Great Lake, one of the lakes over there when you're in Wisconsin. They're an ocean. I mean, when you're in Eau Gray, and we just have not Lake Huron, it's Lake Huron, but it's just a bay from Lake Huron, Saginaw Bay. You know, on a real good day, you might be able to see something on the other side, but it's 20 something miles across, right? That's why my boat, which is a bay boat, um, there were times, because I told you I pulled it up there, there were times I couldn't go out on the water, right? There were times we were trolling with the trolling motor on my boat, and the trolling motor was coming out of the water because it was that rough. It's like the ocean, so it's very dangerous. Been by the lakes, know a little about them, but never actually visited them. Oh man, next time you go out to Wisconsin, make it a priority to get over and onto one of the Great Lakes, even if it's just on a party boat, rent a pontoon, whatever you got to do, just to get out there and experience it. You'll be amazed. You will be amazed. Pretty freaking awesome. All right, so we talked about our dream destinations. What we do if we won the lottery. My wife keeps telling me every time I talk to her about the lottery, and well, we would do this and this and that. She goes, "You got to play the lottery to win the lottery," which is right because I haven't bought a lottery ticket probably in a year. So I just hate. I'm not a gambler. We went to Vegas. I don't enjoy losing money. So to me, lottery is like, here's some of my money. You're going to give me a piece of paper that in a couple of days will be worth nothing. So I have a hard time doing that, but yeah, I need to. So Stanley, what you got in the plan? Let's start talking about what's coming up. What you got planned, Mr. Stanley? I know you got some video from Wisconsin that you got to put together. You said it's going to take you a week or so. But what you got planned now that you're back in the great state of Texas? What you guys going to be doing down there? Anything going on? Jenny, you too. I know it's hot, but you guys got any plans to get out and do some fishing anytime soon? Like I said, I've got nothing planned. I got nothing. I'm working on some other projects around the house, but even with this heat, that's only a couple hours a day when I can do it. But I'm old. Stanley, you're not as old as me. You should be able to get out there and fish. You like how I said that? Gonna be hitting it hard, good. Working on Wisconsin vids, trying for a Pins camping trip. That'd be cool. And or a Canyon Lake camp out this month. Oh, that'd be cool, man. Canyon Lake would be good. That'd be a good one. Understand, August, September is all about the offshore. Very cool. I'm jealous of that. Understand where I was talking about how crowded the lake is now? That's Canyon Lake. And the Corps of Engineers run a lot of those parks and ramps, and they've closed down. They have not opened back up. So do your research before you come up to Canyon Lake so you know where you can get into the lake and where you can stay. There's a lot of places to stay. You know that you stayed up there. But camping's a little more challenging just because there's not as many places to camp now that the Corps of Engineers shut down their parks. Yeah, I haven't researched that yet. Might get pushed back. Yeah, possible. But yeah, just check it out. And who knows? A month from now, that could all be open again. Maybe. I don't know. We're not doing good. Jenny said, no, we don't. No plans. Yeah, you're just like me. I've got no plan. I mean, I might have a video on some cooking stuff. I got some lights, some LED lights I want to do on lighting I want to do on the boat. Had the stuff to do it for a long time and just haven't had a chance to get in there and do it. So that might be something I work on over the next few weekends, as I get time and the temperature allows me to get out there and work on it. But other than that, I don't have a lot of plans. I do know I'm getting called for dinner. I know it's a little early, but it's just the three of us or four of us in here now. So I figure we can all hop out and go about our lives. So I'm going to do this slowly because I know there's a delay. But Stanley, again, welcome back to Texas. I'm glad you got to get up to Wisconsin and have a good time up there. I look forward to seeing those videos. Jenny, I hope you win the lottery so you can buy your house on a mountaintop with a stream to fish. And there's someone else in here that is not talking, whoever that person is. I hope whatever it is you hope to do, you get to do. And other than that, um, that's it for the night, folks. And we will hopefully see y'all next Monday because I don't think there's anything going on. So yeah, let's shoot for next Monday, same place, same time. Until then, y'all have a good night, and I hope y'all have a good week. If you got anything planned for YouTube for this week that we haven't discussed, videos coming out, doing a live stream, Stanley, just put it in the comments so that everybody else will see it. I'll come back. I always come back and check all the comments and see if there's anything I missed. All right, folks. So until next time, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. Peace out.